Hello there everyone, it is Mitsu here and welcome back to a new video on my channel. As you guys voted for the 4-3-3 on the previous video of this series, today we will be explaining the strengths and weaknesses of the 4-3-3 formation. Just like the previous video, I'll be explaining the type of players you need to perfectly apply this formation, and then I will discuss its strengths and weaknesses while displaying some in-game analysis to get a better idea of the topic. So with that being said, let's get right into it. So the 4-3-3 formation has different types. Some might play it with an attacking midfielder, some might play it with a defensive midfielder, and some might play it with a flat midfield line. Anyway, whatever way you choose, it's better to have 3 different types of players in the midfield. So you need to have a defensive midfielder, a box-to-box midfielder, and an attacking midfielder. Back to the defensive line. And just like any back line in any formation, it's better to have one defender who can carry the ball out under pressure and the other one who can play accurate long passes. In this formation, you need all your midfielders to have good ball control. All of them must be able to not only play under pressure, but they need to be able to create and play good passes to move the attack forward. Now to the attacking line. You would see some 4-3-3 formations with narrow forward lines and the others with a wide one. I prefer the wide one, since it serves the purpose of this formation more. So you need to have 2 pacey wingers. With this formation, you don't need to have good defensive awareness and coverage from your wingers. It's always better to have, but if it's not available, you'll still be able to get the best out of this formation. And at the end, you need a normal number 9. So now let's move to the strengths and weaknesses of this formation. The first obvious strength of the 4-3-3 is its triangular shape. It creates a lot of passing options and links between literally all the players around the pitch, which speeds up the pace of all your attacks. And allows your players to play quick short passes to counter any type of high pressure if used against your team, especially in the midfield. If your midfielders have good chemistry, they will boss the midfield. Another thing about this formation is that it allows your team to apply very good high pressure. As you can see, because of how the front 3 are positioned, they will be able to apply high pressure without the need of moving away from positions. This is a very important point while pressing, as it keeps your team a little bit safer if the oppositions break through your pressure. Also, you can see how your midfielders would support in this pressure without leaving their positions too. This formation also allows you to change your style depending on the striker you have. So if you have a tall and less agile striker, he would serve as a station and your wingers might just drift in a little bit, get closer to him and win second balls. Also, you would ask him to get the opposition's attention and leave spaces for other players such as the attacking midfielder or a winger. If your striker is a target man and stays inside the penalty area, your team would depend on crosses and through passes from the attacking midfielder. You can also notice that this formation will allow you to have many players in every section of the pitch. So for example, if you are playing against a team using zonal system, the width of this formation would help you break the system. I've made a video explaining the zonal system before. You can watch that for more details. Anyway, you can work on stretching the opposition's block and then using your attacking midfielder to get control inside. The last strength about this formation is the ability to move smoothly between positions for many players. So, while attacking, you would attack with up to 4, 5, 6 and even 7 players. The attacking midfielder would join, one fullback or the 2 of them, and the box-to-box midfielder. All of those players can move forward and get back to position smoothly to provide the attacking support. The same thing happens during the defensive phase. You can ask the wingers to move backwards and all the midfield line if needed. You can quickly switch to the 4-5-1 or 4-4-1-1 during the defensive phase and quickly return to the 4-3-3 after you get the ball back. Now moving to the weaknesses of this formation. The main weakness of this formation will appear if your midfield lacks quality. So, if any of your 3 midfielders lack ball control abilities under pressure, your side will immediately lose control of the game. The main point of the 3-man midfield is to play quick short passes to get the ball forward, and then the attacking midfielder or the box-to-box midfielder will play the final touch to the forward line. Now, if one of your midfielders loses possession, the counter-attack would be very dangerous. Another disadvantage of this formation would appear if you don't assign special instructions to the defensive midfielder while applying high pressure. So while your team is applying high pressure in numbers, your defensive midfielder must stay back to get the second balls, as you will force the opposition to play a long ball to get rid of this high pressure if you did not intercept it as early as possible. Your defensive midfielder should get the second ball or work on slowing the attack down. Also, if you don't assign defensive responsibilities to the midfielders, your fullbacks will always be outnumbered. If your wingers don't provide the support needed, you will face a lot of trouble. You need to ask the midfielders to cover the fullbacks if you want your wingers to stay forward. Another disadvantage of this formation is an attacking issue. If you are depending on an attacking midfielder and he lacks quality, this formation would be really useless. The front three would stay out of the match for the whole game as they won't be able to get any good passes. Also, this formation requires a lot of stamina, so for example, if you shifted to the 4-5-1 during the last minutes of a match, your wingers might not be able to go back to positions quickly to perform a counter-attack because of this stamina issue. So you need to keep that in mind. Also, if your players are somehow scared to attack and push forward, you will find difficulties to attack efficiently with the front three only. You need to ask your fullbacks to do overlaps and underlaps. You also need to ask your attacking midfielder to provide the support needed, and the box-to-box midfielder to provide shots from outside the box if needed. So, I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching.